to. What?
You guys can hear me, right?
Ah, wonderful. Right, I think it's stay this time. Chat, what's happening? 8 seconds left. This microphone won't stand or stay. It's pretty stupid. Oh, what is up, chat? What is happening? Welcome back to the stream, chat. It's been a hot minute, right? It's been a minute, right? Let's see if YouTube bot is working. Yeah, today we're competing in DCGP. I think it's starting basically now. I'm not sure actually. I'll probably check. Yeah, we're competing in DCGP today, so that should be fun. Log me in, please. What's up, Stenberg, William, Jaden, Inferno, Ali, Ace, Riley. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Welcome to the channel. Yeah, we're doing this thing for the first time. Well, it's been a long time since I've done like a point of view stream of a competition. Last time we did this for like VDC season 3, and we're on season 7 at the moment. So it was like 4 years ago when I did a point of view stream. VDC don't allow you to do like point of view streams when you're competing, and DCGP do allow you. So I kindly asked, and they said, yeah, sure, do it. So here we are, we're doing it. So we'll see how long we'll last. It's been a while since I've done DCGP, many years, maybe 2 years. So 2020 was the last time I did it. So technically, maybe 3 years, you could argue, but yeah. By the way, sorry if the microphone's far away. This is the only place the microphone will stay without going up and down all around. It's pretty annoying. So yeah, we'll see how we go. What am I expecting, to be honest with you? I'm not really sure. We're in the top 32, so we're skipping the 48, top 48. We have 2 battles that we've gone from, so I'm good. Pally, what's up? Thank you so much. Alexander, what's up, man? So yeah, we'll see how we go. I don't really think yeah, see my runs yesterday. We'll show the runs maybe a little bit later on. We'll see how the schedule is going, because have they asked for group 1? They have, so they're starting right now. So chat, if you want to watch DCGP, just type in Drift Corner Grand Prix in YouTube. People keep hitting me in the fucking send you a link to it there so you can watch it live. Yeah, I think it'd be good considering they're allowing us to do this. Check this out. We're on YouTube right now, so you can check that out. That's the DCGP stream. I might even pin that. Manually unpinned. Thank you. So that is DCGP. Feel free to check them out. Maybe even have it on the background. What is my quality like? Is my stream quality just like dirt or something? My face quality is terrible. Looks terrible on stream anyway. Pretty sure. What's going on with my bitrate? Anyway. Should probably turn on my phone as well for spotting later. Phone's vibrating. Okay, what do I want to do? I turn on YouTube. Turn on Drift Corner Grand Prix. We'll turn on the stream. We'll have it on in the background. So I'm going to use my phone to spot for me. I could probably get someone to. I could probably pull someone into Discord call, and I could probably use that. And they've started already. Okay. That intrusion bar or whatever they're called there on the left, so I can check that after the first run. Hopefully, not too far behind. Good luck today. Thank you. How's the new S14 going along, Dylan? No progress on that. The new car, or the current car, is out in the Middle East, so we haven't really spent much money on it or much time on it. How are you doing? Well, same groups and across the battles in the later. Yes, Jaden, I've seen that. That should be pretty interesting. Where did you qualify? I qualified 10th. So if you guys want to check out the qualifications, I don't know if you can actually do. Can't send you a link directly to it, but we qualified 10th, or I could just share my screen. That's what. Desktop. There we go. So we qualified. You guys can still hear me, right? We qualified 10th. We got a 92 and a 93. So I'm pretty happy with that actually. They weren't my best runs. I definitely did better runs in practice. So yeah, we could have done better, but considering like it was my first DCGP comp, and yeah, I'm still kind of getting used to the cars as well a little bit. I think they're a little bit different to what I'm used to driving. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And obviously fellow Irishman Mark as well qualified in 11th behind me, so that was pretty cool. And then, oh, that's the entry list. So then our top 48 battles. So they're doing this left row first. So I mean that could be at least an hour. And then we'll be either going up against Marcel Stinoga or Oscar Stolinski for top 32. And we're in group, so what's blue? Blue is G? Is that right? Oh, that's not right. Oh, I suppose it is, yeah. Yeah, we're blue, so we're group G, so I just need to keep an eye on the Discord for that. But in the meanwhile, we can just practice away, just chat out, hang out, maybe watch a bit of the stream, and yeah, we'll see how we go from there. So yeah, I seen these two guys. I think, what did they score? So Marcel, let's have a look at Marcel's qualifying. Oh, Marcel, where is he? He must have done pretty good. He must have finished outside top 16 somewhere. Where did he go? Here he is. He also got a 90 as well. So his runs, like this is going to be, so Marcel, and then who's the other guy? Who did we say was Oscar? Yeah, Oscar Solinsky. He got an 87. So I mean, we're like, these guys, like, they're going to be quite good. We're going to have to push quite hard. Their lead runs are going to be quite on point. They're going to fill all the zones. That's going to make our lives a little easier, I suppose. So that's one benefit of battling guys that are in the high 80s. You can kind of trust them, you know. So yeah, it's going to be good. Should be interesting. I've never battled these guys before, so that should be interesting. Let's camera for a second. I don't want to show. I'm about, if you need a spotter. Yeah, Brandon, I might hit you up on that actually. We'll see. Reese doing it? No, Reese is not doing it. Sorry, I'm trying to read chat. My shifter is in the way. Drop a like, guys. 4 is week. Yeah, chat. Feel free to drop a like on the stream, or give us a follow as well. Eddie gave us a follow as well on Twitch. Appreciate that, Eddie. Thank you for that. What's up, Lockie? Yeah, so chat. We're going to be doing DCGP this evening. We'll be doing. We're competing in Drift Corner Grand Prix. If you don't know what Drift Corner Grand Prix, it's a non-licensing championship, if that makes sense. So you don't need to have a license to compete. It qualifying on Monday and Tuesday, depending on how many drivers, and then top 48 is on Wednesday, which is right now. So I think the top 16 drivers automatically go through to the top 32, and then the remaining 32 drivers battle it out for a slot into the top 32. Does that make sense? So that's what they're doing right now. That's why we're waiting, because we're waiting to see who we go up against. That's what I was showing a little bit earlier. So right now, I'm just going to do some runs in, trying to get some practice in, maybe finalize my car setup. I don't want to give away too many secrets of what my car setup is, but if you're wondering what my car setup is, it's on HynesZ.com. You can check out my DCGP and VDC setups, and Studio Geary as well, and a few other cars as well we have up there. So make sure to check out. That's one way to support the stream. If you are looking for set of cars or drift setups, make sure to check out HynesZ.com. We've got a bunch of stuff up there. Anyway, okay. So yeah, we're in the server right now. Who's in here? Yeah, Adam Zaleski's in here. Adam, I don't think he's watching. Matter. Interesting. Okay. Okay. What's up, Kendall? Thank you for that, my man. I love you too. Alrighty. Okay. Right, we'll do a few runs, I suppose. Yeah, these cars, so like these DCGP cars, they're, you know, they're fine. It wouldn't be my favorite cars. They're just because that they're just a little numb on the steering. I don't really find them the most. They don't give a lot of information back to you as a driver. So I find that a struggle sometimes. Now, by the way, chat, I'm running my in-game at 144 frames a second, so stream might lag a little bit. If it does lag badly, I'll try and drop the frame rates to about 100 to try and match the stream a little bit better. to try and minimize the lag for you guys. So just let me know if it's lagging a bit. I might have to drop my in-game settings anyway because I will be obviously competing. I kind of wish people wouldn't do 3-car trains, you know? We'll try and get a chase run in here. That was looking out to be not a bad chase run. This start line is quite tricky. I'm gonna have to practice that. .180's quick out of that last second clipping point. How do you get the dash that I'm using? So this dash at the moment is private, but if you want to use something similar to it, you can check out, what's it called? Is it P1 dash, I think it's called? You have to do a bit of you have to look into it, because you have to enable some files to be able to get it to work or something like that. It's just, yeah, you have to look into it, but it's called P1 dash. It's basically a replica of the Link ECU MXG or MXS Strada. What's crazy about these cars, right? They have so much mid-range. Like in a normal, like in a VDC car, for example, you'd have to drop a gear for certain corners, whereas these cars have so much power, like from like I don't know 4,000 RPM all the way to like 8,000 or whatever. Like you can you could drop the revs down to like 5,000 and still have enough boost, enough power to be able to rev out. It's like as if it's a V8 with a different sound on it or something. Oh, P dash. There you go. Thank you, Flashy. What's up, Pavel? How are you? Oh fuck, I shouldn't have heel toed. I think my phone might die though, so let's see. Fuck, is that nice? Oh, I think that's someone cooking downstairs. Initiation. Drop in there though. I feel like I have to force the car around quite a bit. Like here, like I can just apply like half throttle if even. It just goes. Chasing the JX100 Mark II is actually quite tricky, I find. It's like, you know, it's super long, so you have to kind of give it space. Oh no, this guy's letting us go, thank you. Oh man, it's really tricky to get that initiation and chasing. Actually, I found on this track when I was driving it, especially the last wall, that you were better off with a smaller car, like even the Supra or the 370. Not that it's really much smaller, because they aren't much smaller than this chassis, but what I mean is that there's less overhang, so it's like, it was easier to run walls and stuff with it. guys compete and drive with this guy. I like to try and drive with as many people as possible. Obviously, Adrian. What's up, Adrian? Oh, fuck it. That's what I'm saying. It's like the initiation is so tricky. It's hard to know how to attack it. And you can lose so much proximity there as well out of the hairpin for the Manji section. Quite tricky. So chat, what's up? How you guys doing? What have you been up to? This stream tonight, by the way, is probably just going to be this until either we get knocked out or until we finish it, because until we finish the event. Yeah, because all we'll probably end up doing, so there'll be no probably community server again unless we get knocked out early and we're, you know, still trying to find something to do. Ah, fuck yeah. Stupid wall. Weird thing is you have to do 2 runs on these tires, and the second run is not very nice. The second run on these tires is actually quite terrible. You go like, you initiate and the car just keeps sliding. It's just it's not a nice experience. Silva. Oh, that's initiation. I wasn't expecting that. This is what I'm saying. Like some people go left like what I do into initiate, and some people just keep going straight. So it's like if someone goes straight, it can really mess you up because you would be expecting them to go left, which most people are kind of doing that. Appreciate that follow, chess, so FPS. Yeah, I'm just gonna mute the alerts box. Oh, I'm not. I can't actually. The microphone. Like, I want to mute the alert box. I might just remove the sound off of it, just so that distract me. Because if someone does decide to follow, I'll hear it. Unless I could just mute it in software. I might just do that. Go inside. Misty Grey with the follow as well, appreciate that. This initiation. I haven't really found my consistency yet, I feel like. quality, so it's time to learn something new here. Yeah, qualifying was tough, man. This track is tricky, you know, it's very, very tricky. You know, there's a lot of runs yesterday that looked quite similar, like, and it's quite difficult to discover the differences between them and score them. I think I agree with my score that I actually got. I think being a 93 or whatever, I think it was relatively fair. I do think some other people's scores were a little bit too high. Some people missed clipping points and they still got like a 91 or 92. So I'm not really sure how they warrant the missing of clips. And it's possible, like, technically they might have argued that I might have missed the clip as well, because on both of my runs, so like you initiate, you follow the outside zone, and then you got the first inner clip, which is the curb, and technically speaking, it looked like your wheel has to be on that curb, your inside wheel, which if you get it right, it flows really good. But I must have lost points throughout the run just for small things. So I just need to find my rhythm. One thing I need to do, I think, is turn off the tire marks, because I think I'm using those as a reference point more so than the clipping points and stuff. Something I've realized recently that I tend to do. If I do, like, let's say 5 or 6 laps, and let's say they're not the greatest, I'll end up doing not the greatest runs for the rest of my practice session because I'm following the black marks on the road, you know? Whereas if I disabled them and only had them maybe appear for 1 lap or something like that, then everything doesn't become as peery. As a chase driver hitting it's a hairpin, it's super tricky because you tend to yeah. I want to try chase initiation. We'll try it with someone else there in a second. I feel like the initiation as a chase driver is so much more predictable when the lead driver goes far left. Maybe that's because I'm expecting people to do that because I'm doing it, you know? But like, you get what I'm saying? Ah, fuck us. 75 points, this wasn't a 0 twice. That is true. That is a very good start. I'm driving the S15 Kelly. Super nervous. There's so many ways to initiate. Yeah, I agree. It's a tricky one. It's like you know, it's one of those layouts that there's like a few different ways to initiate, and they haven't really specified what you can and can't do. It's very open, and I appreciate the transparency that they have, or like the openness, but it just makes it a little bit trickier first. Like this guy, Bodar. His initiation is more middle track and he flicks very aggressively. So that's hard to predict as well, because that's another style that he's doing that I haven't seen before. He's the only person that's doing that type of initiation. And his cars, oh my god, what was that lag? Holy shit. I'm missing YouTube chat, folks. I can't see YouTube comments. It does this from time to time where I miss YouTube stuff. See people commenting on YouTube when the comments are not popping up. Yeah, it's still not doing it. Oh my god, YouTube, you're actually... Yeah, there's a bunch of comments on YouTube and I can't see them. Wonder, can I break this off pop-out chat? This will work. Right. Sorry about that, YouTube chat. I haven't been able to see you, and that makes me sad. So where are they at now? David Lappy. Who followed? Who followed? Okay, so just after starting in Group B. Okay. Redditor. Appreciate the follow. Thank you, man. Okay. Yeah, we won't be a while yet, man. Taking them about maybe 25 minutes to do one group. For Group G. What's the maths on that? So they've like... Hey Landon, what's up? Yeah, it took them 22 minutes to do one group. So about 20 minutes to do one group. And there is... How many groups? There is... 4. So that'll take them roughly 40 minutes. And then 40 minutes. An hour 20. So yeah, about an hour and 20 minutes. So another hour till we're up, I suppose. Sam with the follow, Alex with the follow, appreciate that. Thank you so much. Been already, guys. Check us out on YouTube as well. And likewise, if you're on YouTube, check us out on Twitch. I'm HynesZ everywhere. HynesZ. That's how you find me. Instagram, Facebook. Where else are we at? I'm on Twitter as well. I don't use Twitter. I hate Twitter. I think Twitter's stupid. Well, I have Twitter account as well. You can follow me there if you want. It's up to you. I don't really care. That's about it, really, isn't it? Oh, TikTok. Yeah, we're on TikTok as well. TikTok is cute, man. I only joined TikTok, right, just to post like the reels and stuff that are posted on Instagram. Oh, Rayan, who I follow. Rayan, come back! Whoa! Okay, that was a very... Okay, I'm sorry, Rayan. I'm sorry. Very bad. New DCGP cars. No, they're... Well, yeah, they are the new DCGP cars, but I'm only driving them because I have comp in... Or I have my battle in about an hour's time. Yeah, see, this is tricky, man. I leave the start line, right, and you don't want to get gapped. You give him space. I mean, I don't know. I'm not very good at initiation off the line. I always mistime it. Dustin, still trying to acquire. Oh, you broke your sim a couple of months trying to get a new one. Yeah, man. Yeah, the addiction is real. Oh, fuck's sake. Right. For anyone who's joining us, we're doing DCGP. We did our qualifying yesterday. Qualified 10th with a 93. And today is top 4, there's battles, so we've top 48, which is commencing right now. I'm automatically through to the top 32. So we're just waiting for my battle. This is my first time actually doing my point of view of drift competition in about 4 years. Last time I did it was DCGP quite a number of years ago. My first time doing it in a while, so I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Hoping it goes well for us. Oh, look, here's Mark. Hoping it goes well for us. Oh, he tapped the wall. Ow. And I wish I could drive back to the start line and practice that, but I think wing it. Oh, that was interesting. I did that with no handbrake. Saw you the front of the group kick qualifier for a casual 90. 0 and a 60. Yes, that's a pity, man. But decision stream to come from your preview. Ace. Yeah, I won't be able to do it very often. Like DCGP, sorry, VDC don't allow it. EACA don't allow it. Which I can understand because they're, you know, they have their own stream. And DCGP have their stream up right now, chat. If you want to check it out, you just type in Drift Corner. It's actually pinned message both on Twitch and YouTube. You can check them out. But you can have it on the background. You can have it, I don't know, with you. I suppose, I don't know. You guys can try spot for me as well. Maybe I might see your message. But keep running wide there. Struggling with consistency at the moment. I find that these cars don't give me much information with what's happening or what they're handling, you know. I feel like every time I drive it, something new happens. Drift and AC with pro settings, same skill. Michael, sorry. Yeah, okay, when it comes to figuring out you want to use a real car or sim, generally I would say sim because you can get it up and going for much cheaper, and generally you never have to upgrade if you kind of do your pickings correctly at start with parts and stuff. But the thing with a car is that it's, yeah, the initial cost of buying a car and get it up and going you can plan for very easily. Difficulty is difficulty with using a real car is that there's a lot of costs to keep it running. Like you have to change your oil to keep it maintained. If something breaks, that costs money. Like you have to transport it there. You need a transport vehicle unless it's road legal, depending on where you live. Like there's so many hurdles to get over. Like the amount that you put into buying the car and getting it ready to drift, you would probably double the value of that car just using it over the space of a year. So, you know, like it's depending on how much money you have, what you're trying to do, and what your goals are. If you're just trying to improve your driving ability, you can buy a sim, and about a couple of months down the line, you've your sim paid off because it probably cost you what, 1,000, 1,500 euros, maybe 2,000 euros at max, and then you can go off and buy your drift car for 4,000 or 5,000 euros, whatever it'll cost. You're not going to buy a drift car for anything less than that nowadays. I doubt it. So that's what you kind of have to weigh up. I would always say to someone that if you're on a tight budget, you're pretty young or whatever, you're where you live is not very accessible for drifting or something like that, buy a sim, and those skills will transfer into the real world, and you'll never have to worry about, you know, am I wasting my time or money by buying this real car? Will I even enjoy it? Because you'll have that decision made up already just based off the sim. If that makes sense, right? What's up, Donkey? Any tips to improve? That is a very vague question, but I don't know. There's always room for improvement. It's up to you how you want to, what you're trying to improve exactly. You should try CarX again. It's got a massive update. Yes, Kelly, I've actually been playing it with some of the lads on the controller. I haven't used the steering wheel on it though. I wanted to join, but wait for a shifter to get in, adapter in as well. I see hockey. Enjoy that one, man. Yeah, it's yeah, the sim is much cheaper. You just buy it once, and you don't have to worry about it again, and you can drive any track you want in the world too, which I think is quite special. 60 frames a second. I want my game capped to 60 or something. Oh, fuck. Raided with a party of what? How many? 26. What's up, Xro? How you doing, man? Welcome to the HynesZ squad. We're not really a squad. By the way, hope I had a good stream, man. I was lurking in your stream earlier when I was still in work. Don't tell me workplace that. I saw you driving. What's that American track? I can't think of it. One that Denofa is always driving on. But yeah, hope you had a good stream, man. If you don't know who I am, I'm Alan HynesZ. Today we're actually drifting. We're competing in DCGP. So Drift Corner Grand Prix. It's like an open kind of competition. I haven't done it in a few years. And I do some real life driving too. I'm a professional driver in the real world. I have a 2JZS14. And in about 2-3 weeks time we'll be flying out to the Middle East to compete over there. My car is currently in Abu Dhabi and it's on a boat now from Abu Dhabi to Muscat in Oman, so that should be exciting. I'm doing good, X-Ro, man. I'm doing good. Heard there was candy here. There is no candy. I have a bottle of Lucasade. I'm not sure if you know what Lucasade is, but it's like an Irish, I don't know, it's like Iron Brew but not really Iron Brew, but you guys don't have Iron Brew either. I don't know what the best way to describe Lucasade. That's the only bit of candy I have. There's no white vans here either, so don't have to worry about that. But yeah, welcome to the stream of where we use cheater cameras, unrealistic amount of tire smoke, and yeah, I don't know, other cool shit as well.
Oh, what? What? Did I just see?
Chrome with the gifted sub to X-Ro, man. Yeah, so if you're wondering, I'm actually streaming on both Twitch and YouTube at the moment, so I've like 2 chats open, and my usual channel, my usual app that I use for the multi-stream multi-chat doesn't seem to work right now, so I'm like looking over my shifter, my neck is being strained, it's like a workout, man. Guys complaining on roof camera, the ones who do not drift IRL. I mean, I can drift cockpit camera too. I'm just not as good in it as I am on the roof. Like, drifting on the roof is so much easier. It's just so much easier. Like, you can see over the other person's car. Like, what my roof camera, in my opinion, the roof camera that I use is quite like the, what's the best way to say it? It's like the closest to being inside a cockpit that you can. I've seen some people sitting on the rear wing, like really high up, like really weird position cameras. And like my opinion on so well, for the longest time I wanted to buy triple screens, but I never had the PC for it. But to be honest with you, I think for like esports stuff, single screen is the way. Single screen with maybe even an ultra wide and using roof camera, that is like the ultimate esports competition setup. As much as it's not really immersive or realistic, that's not the point. You know, unfortunately. If they made rules to say like, oh, you guys have to use a cockpit camera, and they made us like recorder screens or something, then I would use it, no problem. I would grind it out to make myself better in that position. But they don't. So it's like, you know what? I'll use any camera that suits me best, and that's how I do things. This is a public lobby, yeah, but I don't know if there's any spaces because we're all practicing for our battles later on. Oh, direct drive things. You should always keep hands off the direct drive when that happens. Mr. Bean drifting. Yeah. Yeah, it's so much easier. That's why James Dean is so tall. Exactly. Do you not notice that James actually has like a sunroof in all of his cars? He really doesn't, to be honest. But like, he probably, if he did, you know, he'd be seeing out over the roof, and it just makes perfect sense. We actually meaned at one stage to try and like buying a super cheap like E36 or something and mounting like the seat literally on the roof of the car with like, I don't know, trying to figure out a way to get a steering column and pedals and everything to the roof of it as like as an experiment. But honestly, I think I would die, probably from like windburn or something, or rain. Like, yeah, you do it over winter and the rain would just kill you every time, like driving 60 miles an hour in the rain or whatever. 120 kilometers. But yeah, like my reasoning, like, so I do want to buy VR, but I probably only buy VR just for like as a toy, you know. I wouldn't think I'd use it in competitions, not in like VDC or DCGP or ESDA or whatever other competitions. But if I was training for real life stuff, like if I had to train, I don't know, a real life track, I'd probably use it in. I think it's useful. But in esports, I think the performance hit and the field of view of the lenses at the moment are not right there. I think I have too much weight in the rear of this thing. Transition is tricky. I always lose a bit of pace there. Ah. Did you be pleased with a G25 wheel? Yeah, Logitech stuff is going to struggle with VDC cars, man. You're going to struggle. You might have to reduce your steering rotation. Oh, Mr. Bean, do all the fab work. Just don't roll the car. That's exactly what I'd be thinking too. James Dean is a robot, man. He's ridiculous. James Dean being a robot, like, yeah. Alright, 1 second, chat. I have to look at my secret car setup. I can't be sharing to competitors because I see there's competitors inside there. Might steal my setup. Oh. I don't know. Ideas what to do with the thing. I still can't get it to drive the way I would like. Right, where are they at right now? Because what group did I say I was in? Was it G? Excuse me. Yes, I'm in G, and they're currently on D or C or something. I don't know. I need to change D25? Not really, but you might just have to change your steering settings to suit the VDC cars. In G. Just do super glue and duct tape. Just Gorilla Tape, man. No. Stick me down there, stick me on or whatever. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Isn't that how it works? Actually, I need to check my game settings because I'm getting 44 frames right now, even though it doesn't feel like I'm getting 40 frames. Oh, fuck yeah. Now we're understeering everywhere. What is going on? It's so weird. How do that spin? These cars just don't spin. They just simply don't spin. That diesel zone there is tricky. I would avoid a Fanatec at all costs, personally. Yeah, Kolowski, I'd avoid Fanatec at all costs, unless you're already in the ecosystem. I just don't think it's worth it. I just don't feel like they're worth it. Some of their products are pretty shit hot, but most of it is just asking for problems. Ah man, I don't know what I'm doing. Might go back to my previous setup and see, does that drive better for me? Chat, if you're wondering what we're doing tonight, we're competing in DCGP round 1. Yeah, it's first time doing DCGP in like, I don't know, fucking 3 years or something. So yeah, we're in Group G. I'm already through to the top 16, which means that legal characters. Thank you. L for lose. This one. Why am I drifting on roof? Because it's OP. It's meta. It's the only way to compete in professional esports at a decent level. Some people do it in cockpit. Some people use VR and stuff like that. But I don't have VR. I don't have triple screens. So this is the best. This is the best camera to use. This actually drives way better. I think I might go back to this setup again. This is the setup I should use for qualifying. I don't know why he started tweaking it. I think it's a little bit slower, but it's not the end of the world. Oh, sorry, chat. Sorry. There we go. Change scene. I need to get like if I'm doing this in the future, what? Because I don't mind. Okay, if the setup gets leaked, whatever. But like, I only want to keep it private because like other people are competing. It's like, I don't know. I think it makes sense, right? I know it's gatekeeping a little bit, but not the end of the world. Oh my god. This is what I might have to turn on my 4C back actually. James Dean is not gifted already. He's just a lot of experience. He's strong control of his cars and comes with time. Donkey, I think that's a very bad take, if I'm honest. It's a very odd take. Like, he up until Formula D 2017, his only competitions he ever did was competition. Like, sorry, the only drift events he competed or did was competition. He never did any track days. He prioritized drifting competitions. And like, dude, no joke. When James goes to a new track, 2 laps, and he has like scored a 90-point run. I'm not even joking. Like, and there's some people I've seen drive that are as good as James, take like 10 laps to be able to do the same thing that he does in 2 laps. So, yeah, a lot of it, mostly probably nowadays, is definitely experience he has over people, like seat time and stuff. But like, there's other people there that have 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 times more experience, and he's still whooping their asses. Track time, and he's still whooping their asses. So I think it's like, I think there are people out there that can beat him, but generally James will outperform them over a season. It's interesting though, like, I've known James for years, right? And I've drifted with him. I've been very fortunate to do so. But the guy, like, he gets super nervous. Like, he doesn't, it doesn't matter who it is. Like, I don't know, he's like, he's always like, oh, wish me the best luck, good luck, all of this. It's kind of like, he's pretty humble, like, He knows. I remember when I competed against him, the first time I drove against him was in Oman, like 2016, and this is before Formula D. What was it? Yeah, it must have been. And this is when it was the S14 Cookie had the Falcon one. And I was in a rental, local, like a local rental car. We're on street tires. He was on his semi-slicks. And I mean, like, this thing that I was driving, it was a bit of a handful, to be honest. Like, and I hadn't much experience. This was probably my second year of competition drifting. And the only reason why I got to compete there was because I just knew some of the locals there, kind of a thing. And like, you were like, he was like saying, "Oh man, anything could happen, anything could happen." Like, you could tell he was nervous, and I didn't care. Like, I mean, I had nothing to lose. I was in a locals car. I was on street tires. You know, probably half the power that he had. Like, everything was in his favor. This guy loves to skip the line. Oh man, you can't just skip the line. What is he doing? So yeah, I don't know. I mean, he probably puts himself under a lot of pressure too, right? So I don't know. Anyway, that's James. Right, okay. I think I might use this setup. This setup is better than what I was using before. A lot easier to drive. It seems to sit better on angle too, even though on full lock there, it just wants to over-rotate. Yeah, it's way better there as well. The other car, the other setup I had, it used to try and like... it didn't let the car float, it just kind of sent me straight in. And it wasn't really any faster, it was just harder to drive. This is Montreal. How strong is your FFB? It's like 6 Newton meters at the moment. That's what I'm experimenting with. So I've gone lower in the profiler. Actually, chat, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to disconnect. I'm going to check over my settings before... I check over my settings before I go into the competition server later, just to make sure I'm happy with everything. I want to check if my I want to check to make sure. Actually, don't I just want to make sure that my graphical settings. Set of Corsa, video. I was getting 115 frames. 46. I don't know why my my thingy's telling me 60. You know, the what's it called, shadow play? It's telling me 60 frames in there and 40, but it's telling me here I'm getting 115. Minimum was 63. I think what I might do is I might lower it down to 100. Run it at that. Because I'm not getting 100. I'm not getting on 144. And I'll think what we'll do, just to be on the safe side, we'll go to particles. Am I blind? I might be fucking blind, to be honest with you, chat. But on negative 60, I think we'll go negative... No, smoke's not crazy, right? On negative 65, I think we should... where are they at? I haven't updated this, have they? 48. Okay, or I'm up against Marcel Stanoga. Heads. Last run. Well, they mustn't haven't updated in the top minute. Oscar. He got far left like expected. Okay. Well, there's no point really checking the chase position, because that's to be kind of on me to do a good job. I mean, he's just gonna follow me, right? So I'll be leading first anyway, so yeah. Okay. DCGP lights not working. What do I hear talking? Oh, it's my phone. Yeah, chat. Good question. Do you know any FD drivers that compete in Europe? Fosberg would do good. Fosberg finished second in an Irish event before, and he's done some other European stuff. I think Denofa would struggle. That's my opinion. His driving style is too. He'd have to change his driving style to suit. Whereas Fosberg was. Fosberg's driving style is a little bit more like precise, which kind of suits the European style a bit better. Problem with Denofa is Denofa would struggle with just being too like crazy. Does that make sense? Because borderline, in my opinion, some of the stuff that he does in lead run is borderline unchaseable sometimes, and it's viewed as chaseable in FD, whereas in Europe it wouldn't be. So I think that's where he would struggle. He would actually probably lose battles based off the lead position. And there's a lot of drivers like that actually. Like there's, I know drivers that gone to FD and they've had to change their style. People have gone to different countries and have had to change their style. Like Luke James and Jack had to change their style when they went to Russia a couple of years ago because there was just a different style of driving was required. So it's kind of hard to say would someone from a certain championship do good in another championship because like they'd have to change their driving ability, their driving like style, which like if that's the case, then who's to say that that person's actually going to do good, right? Like they may not be able to adapt to that style. Their driving style that they currently have may not be like good in that championship. There's too many variables there. So all you can do is just speculate. Okay, they're on Group D now. Is speculate and just kind of figure out from there. Right, I think we might join back in on the server again. Okay. Can you do 2K vids? I can do 2K stuff. I see the content that I want to create, especially on YouTube anyway, is the type of stuff I've kind of done before, which is the I did an S15 Pro car, which is on a Hong Kong. It was on a Hong Kong 2K. Can't think of the name of it, but I have a video on my YouTube channel, and it's basically that type of content that I find entertaining to watch because, like, dude, if you just want to watch people just drift the 2K. There's like C Toretto and there's like that guy Shifter who does some pretty cool stuff. A bunch of guys that do it. And they all kind of copy each other. I wouldn't say that they necessarily do, but a lot of the stuff is pretty much the same content. Which like I just want to put a different twist on it, more or less. So I did a similar style of video, but the driving, like that video took me a while to make because it took me so many times to get it. Like it probably took me like 10 to 15 times of that 2K to get it right. So that's the difficulty in those videos, the time spent at it. But I think I need to change the format of it because maybe those videos are a little bit too long, and I think they could probably do being a little bit shorter. But that's the type of stuff I want to do stuff that's like people watch it and I was like, oh, holy fuck, man, this thing is this guy, he's like God, which I don't want to have that God aspect of it, like, but I'm just trying to make the content look like as if, it's pretty shit hot. Whereas I don't want to be doing playground or what's that AC track, playground, running outside lines everywhere, because anyone can do that. You just stuff that people haven't seen before. That's the type of stuff I want to make. Oh, 69mega.com. Our AI will help you. Fuck off, dude. I'm gonna just ban you. Add moderator. Wow. Put user in. No, spam. I buy from your site one setup. Where I need to put this setup fail. You should have two options. You should have a content manager link and a manual file link. So if you want to, if it's easier, just shoot me an email, Samet, because I can. It's easier for me to do it that way. So shoot me an email at setups@HynesZ.com, and I'll send you a tutorial. I need to check what one you purchased, because I still have a few things I need to update. Do you have a favorite VDC battle? Perhaps someone who consider the most difficult to compete against. Everyone in VDC is difficult to compete against, really. There's not anyone anymore that you kind of like look at and say, okay, this guy should be easy to battle or whatever. It's never, you can't really treat it that way anymore. Did you update your config on Simucube? Yes, I've been running a different type of config at the moment. I've been trying some different things, try and make it simpler on AC side to set it up. But like, I mean, I don't know. It's the thing with Assetto Corsa, right? Like, you have the option to adjust your in-game force feedback for every car, and I'm trying to remove having to do that so that it's one less thing you have to change. So that's what I've been trying to. These settings that I'm developing at the moment have been with that priority, and trying to get a bit more detail into the force feedback, which there's plenty of settings on Simucube to be able to get that kind of information. So yeah, why is this? Yeah. Brandon, I'm gonna put you as moderator if that's okay. Brandon's now moderator of the channel. I've just inflicted moderatorship onto him, so you know, I hope he doesn't have a problem with that, but he has now got the power. Okay, right, well, let's try and get a few runs in, chat. Bear with me if I'm a bit quiet. We'll try and get some consistency into our lead runs. Oh, hit the wall. Brilliant. Rip your channel. Any idea when VDC is returning? Yeah, they haven't announced the dates yet. I have an idea, alright, when they are. But it'll be start of next year. That's all I know. Well, I know more than that, but I can't say to you guys. It's an NDA agreement. If I say it right now, Simucube, or not Simucube, sorry, my bad. VDC will sue my ass. They'll be like, hey Alan, how dare you leak our dates for the VDC 2023 season? To be honest, I only know 2 dates because I had to ask about with competition stuff. Because I'm heading out to the Middle East from January, and I'll be out there for approximately 4 weeks between January and February. So I was like trying to figure out how many rounds will I miss the VDC, and but it looks like I'll be missing at most 1. Not a bad thing, but they could change the dates again. We'll see. What championships, Jason? Yeah, Oman in OIDC, or Oman International Championship in 2023 in January and February. Four events out there, and most likely just Ireland for 2023, I'd say. Budget permitting. Mishaps, I asked this question and they were like, no, it's okay. Stream if you wish. I'm not like trying to re-stream their stream. So like if you want to check out the main stream, it's Drift Corner Grand Prix on YouTube. It's actually a pinned comment on Twitch and YouTube. So if you guys want to check out the actual stream, you can head on over there. But I asked this question today, and they were like, "No, it's okay." So, and I haven't had a message yet to stop. So. It is forbidden to stream ESDA and VDC as a driver. I don't know if there's any other competitions that's forbidden in. Like, I can understand why they don't want that, because it takes viewers from their broadcast. And like, you know, every esports or every like drifting etc. course to stream is all fighting for the same pool of people. Are you considering changing the intake manifold on your 2J? Not really. I have a Hypertune on it already, so we've already got one of the best ones. Lewis with the follow, Chillowin with the follow, T-Fan with the follow, Dina with the follow, Official Zerg with the follow. Appreciate those follows, guys. If you haven't already, guys, you can follow us on Twitch, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and everywhere else. We're HynesZ everywhere. Appreciate the follow, Grexy. What's up? Thank you. Dating on follows has kind of get off there, hasn't it, huh? Right, where are we at? Have a group Odar. Group D. So what group am I in again? Group G? D, E, F, G. So what, like another 30 minutes maybe? Stock one. Oh, the stock one. I had the stock one on the car. Apparently the stock one is not that bad. But I have a Hypertune on it right now. Hypertune is yeah, it's pretty up there in terms of expense. Oh. Online or stereo online? What's up, man? Oh, okay, here we go. I get a chase around this guy. I don't know if this guy's competing or not, but... Oh, rolling start. I kind of wish people wouldn't do the rolling start. You can get less power with more power with less boost. Yeah, my car makes about at like 1.2 or 1.3 bar. It makes about 620 horsepower at the flywheel or at the crank. That's like what, maybe 500 wheel, 520 wheel. So like it makes pretty decent power. And it's pretty like, I mean, we could push it way harder, and I think we should push it harder. We'll get there at some point where we'll push it harder. Like that engine could probably make about 800 or 900 horsepower, 1,000 easily, because it's got billet main caps and everything. So that is definitely something that that we want to try in the future. But shit, I wanted to. It's the thing with the JZ stuff though, like you can build them, like once you have a 2J you can build them cheap and you can make good power for cheap money. Like all the you know, you can build them cheap more or less, right? So Today we are competing in a drift competition, Toby, and that means that running a roof camera like this is more competitive because there's no restrictions on what camera that you use. So we're running roof camera because it allows me to see over the lead driver when I'm chasing, so it makes it easier to chase people and get closer proximity and stuff without having to, you know, guess. It's less guesswork. So it's just how these competitions operate. It's just more competitive to do it this way. And in general, it's just a lot easier to use this camera angle than it is to use other ones. So we don't really compete for immersion. We compete to win. That's what these competitions are more so. And as well as that, like, you kind of learn more from winning events than what you do being immersive. Now, if you can be super immersive and win an event, that's obviously the main goal. But the chance of you winning an event with a very immersive gear kind of reduces it when there's so many cracked people with really good equipment and ability using camera angles like what I'm using right now. Yeah, like on my stream generally, I go between both cameras because some people do prefer to watch it from the roof camera because... Oh fuck, I just clicked exit. Some people do prefer the roof camera to watch because it's kind of like third person. So you see a little bit more, and some people just prefer that camera angle because they get to see more. But then I can understand why people don't like that camera view either and they just prefer cockpit. So I do a bit of both on my streams. But yeah, generally I try and use whatever I'll be using in either competition, or if I'm doing it for a bit of fun, I just run whatever camera I feel like using at that time. So I use neck effects. You can find my neck effects settings on my YouTube channel. And then my roof camera settings are 65 field of view and -7 pitch. But this pitch is only because of how high my monitor is. That's the only reason why I run that one. PD2 Cookie. I don't know if I remember that name, Savage. PD2. I don't know if I remember that name, man. I'm sorry, but yeah, ETS back in the R Factor days. And I hope you're doing good, by the way. I'm sorry, the name doesn't ring a bell. I'm really sorry about that. The name doesn't ring a bell, but I'm sure, yeah, we definitely drove in the past if it was R Factor, because I was always an R Factor. I was playing that shit like non-stop. Absolutely non-stop. Okay. JBX with the follow. Thank you, JBX. JDBX, my bad. And Savage with the follow as well. What's up? Oh, we're brake pedals. Oh no, it's fine. Oh, sorry, I forgot to share my camera again. My bad. Sorry, chat. No, I won't be doing the second round of DCGP because I won't be there. I won't be available. I will be in the Omans, in a Middle Eastern country called Oman, as I'll be competing over there in the real world. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, I'll change my camera there. Bye, chat. My bad, my bad, my bad. I forget to do it. The only reason why I changed my camera like that is so that that my setup doesn't get leaked, because I need it. I need to keep it secret. Shh. I make it look easy. I try my best. I try my best to make it look easy. Well, that's not my intention. But if I'm making it look easy, that's a good thing, right? Must be doing something right if that's the case. That's a pretty good run right there. Who are my sponsors? We have a bunch of sponsors. We've got, well, first of all, on the virtual side, we've got Simucube, who I'm an ambassador with, affiliate as well. So we use Simucube products. We have the Simucube Pro 2 wheelbase. We've got their quick release. We've got their mount as well. Here, the orange guy. Oh my god, I wish this guy would stop rolling through the start line. It's absolutely pointless for me to chase you if you're just going to keep doing that. What else have we got? Okay, in the real world, we've got Prototype Academy. Prototype Academy is a drift school based in Dubai. There's also V2 Tires, which is the tires are run on the real car. We've got Group D, which is a local workshop here run by Darren McNamara. He's an ex-FD Pro driver. Probably the most successful driver to never win a championship in 21st century or 20th century, I don't know. 10 plus years ago at least. What else is there? We got 59 art wheels. Let's go single player now. We got 59 art wheels, which yeah, we run the wheels in the real car as well. We run them on the virtual car. Got turbo systems. We're in our hat at the moment. Turbo systems, run those turbos. Those turbos are rad, by the way. We've got Yugen Factory, who make recyclable body panels out of plastic. And yeah, we've had some. They're gesso parts, so they make the car actually red. Link ECU. I'm sure you guys have heard of Link of ECU, but yeah, they make some pretty rad ECUs, electronic control units, which manage our engine, and yeah, fucking really good stuff. Yeah, you want a white car. I would love to have just a plain ass car. Like, some of the coolest competition cars ever are the cars that are just like plain white. Plain white, or else to have a nice livery. But yeah, like I think the S14 looks good with the Academy livery on it. And all of our sponsors and stuff on it. Partners. Right, chat, I might take a little break here. We'll take a little break here, and I'll probably finish off with practice in private server. We'll see. Doesn't seem to be anyone that I'm actually competing against driving right now. They're in a different server, so we might try a different server. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, the single, like a car with just single livery, like all white livery, I think is what it's called, is when a race car is just like, you know, just straight out of the factory or whatever. Those cars look red. Like a car just plain white with, or even plain black, it doesn't matter, just any single color. Yeah, they're just amazing. They just look so good. We win this round. Thank you, Danik. We'll see. I haven't done DCGP in a few years, and the judging criteria is a little bit different to what I've kind of gotten used to. So last time I competed in DCGP was 2020, and I won that championship. And that year was probably the most difficult championship I've ever competed in till date, as the cars are all basically the same. They're just a different body on top of them. So it's like, it's difficult to figure out which car is the best if you want to be that type of person. And we just got like consistent top 4 results pretty much nearly every round. And it wasn't until the final round that I actually won an event. Like, up until the final round, I had not won a single event. I had not qualified first, and I had not won a single event. And on the final round, I qualified first, and I won the event. That was probably the nice ending. That was like the cherry. What was that? The cherry on the top, right? So yeah, that was pretty good. But I had to take a break from it because, first of all, I was doing VDC, DCGP, and at the time EDC. EDC is now gone. That's I don't know, it's closed off, I suppose, or they don't do it anymore. And VDC was very tricky as well, but VDC is more brand appropriate for what I'm trying to do because you can run your actual car. Like, so like what I try to do is with my sim stuff, I try and make my sim stuff replicate the real stuff. Does that make sense? So like the real car resembles, the virtual car resembles the real car. We use all the same like real life products on the virtual car that we use, so it's good for our sponsors and stuff like that. So the same body kit, same wheels, same livery, same everything. And the like, how to say it, like same suspension and everything, like, and DCGP doesn't give you that opportunity. Maybe now you can tweak the cars to visually look like your real car, but at the time you couldn't. And it was that and the stress and everything. I was like, look, we'll take a break, we'll concentrate on VDC. And we won a second championship in VDC the year later. And then we did DMVC and VDC back to back, like every single weekend was a stress in itself. So I was like never doing DCGP pretty much for a while anyway. But yeah, I decided to do this DCGP event, first time ever in like 3 years or whatever, 2-3 years. But yeah, it's reminding me of the stress a little bit. So we're planning on competing in Emirates Drift Championship. I would love to. If I had the opportunity to, I would do it. I would love to compete over there. Tracks are cool and stuff like that, and you know, the fact it's in Dubai and it's over the winter, it's kind of ideal. Like if I wasn't doing virtual stuff, I would 100% try to make it happen, because you know, we've Product Academy are based in the Emirates as well, in the UAE, so like getting a car and stuff over there would be a little bit easier than other countries. But I'm pretty happy just doing the virtual stuff in the off season, because I think that benefits me more than just outright real life driving. Like, I think the reason why we're in the position in the real world is because I do all the virtual stuff. Because, you know, we don't have an off season. Like, you know, my off season, the real stuff is during the winter, but my on season for the virtual stuff is during the winter, but my off season is during the summer. So it's like, it works out pretty good. But doing like Omen now in a couple of weeks, start of next month, it's kind of, I wouldn't say messing up that off, the on season virtual stuff, but certainly making it a little bit harder, in that the chances of winning next VDC championship has kind of reduced quite a bit, because, you know, clashing of events and stuff is going to happen. The fact that I'm in a different country, I don't have my Simucube, I don't have the rest of my rig here. I could borrow someone else's rig, but then I have ping being based in the Middle East versus the European servers. That question mark. So I suppose it depends on how we get on in the first event. If we do really good, then we'll try and get like a sim setup or something over in Oman. We'll try and do like an event over there. We'll see. Do you have a plan to make an S14 and S14.9? Yeah, I've wanted to do that for a while, even kind of before it became like a thing to do. We were even considering putting an S15 front end on it, and a rear end I wasn't sure about. But then I saw James's car. I was like, you know what, it kind of works pretty good when you do it right. So yeah, I want to do that. But I'm not really sure for next year what front end or what body kit we'll do on the new car. Like the current car, will still say Zinky, because I have all the body panels for it too, and it's just, that's what that car, I've always liked that car as a Zinky. Yeah. Funds with the follow, Max with the follow, Cactus with the follow, Juck with the follow, JBZ, JDBZ. Oh, we followed you out earlier already. Who's your favorite FD driver? Favorite F driver. I mean, I root for my buddy Nick Novak and Ryan Littoral. I drive with those guys quite a bit on AC. Late night stuff. When I'm up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, I drive with those guys. So I root for those guys, obviously. Who else? who's the driver that I like say, man, he's rad or whatever? Probably Asbo, to be honest, man. He's just what I like about Asbo, right? Obviously he's like another robot, but he's like his driving style is so European. Like I can relate with so much. It's so like he's like so accurately aggressive. It's like it's nice to watch. I can appreciate it. Sorry, chat. I'm just wiping you clean. Other than some other people's driving. It's very yeah. He's very accurate and like yeah, I quite like enjoying watching him. But to make this TCP cars not so soapy, that's a good question, man. I've tried my best. That's my issue with them. That's why I feel like when I say that, I struggle with them get feeling out of it or to get like understand what the car is doing. It's because they feel so soapy, they feel disconnected. And I wish I could fix that. I haven't found a solution yet, and I've never found a solution, to be honest with you. Chat, what's your favorite? Who's your favorite? Okay, who's your favorite Driftmasters driver? Emic, who's your favorite FD driver? And who do you think is the best driver in the world? Put it on chat right now. Got three questions. 3 questions. 3. Where's the camera? What's up there? I'm so stupid, man. So stupid. Driving this other server because I just drove on one server the whole time, and this server might be a little bit different. I should probably test it out. Oh, for fuck's sake. Of aggressive driving. What I appreciate in aggressive driving is someone who like sets up the transition before it comes and like aggressively flicks at the same time and everything like that, but still like door to door kind of stuff. Like, that's kind of what I appreciate. Ah, for fuck's sake, this what makes no sense in these cars. They just drive odd sometimes. That transition, people like to gain angle there. It's quite tricky. Ah, oh, come on, man, don't be doing that. I don't like when people transition like that. They go through transition, and then the next thing like add angle before they transition again. So it's like they change their angle like several times as they're going. So they'll come up to the transition, they're on a certain angle, and as they're leaving the clipping point, they add more angle again. So it's like you have to wait for them to finish adding all of their angle before transitioning. By then it's too late. You've already either hit them or you've just lost like 15 car lengths. Right, we'll read chat there, see what you guys came up with. All wanging it. Right, okay, let's see what chat says. Dean Denofa for Dean. So Dean for Driftmasters, Denofa for FD. Okay. Nakamura, probably favorite driver. James Dean, Peter is your favorite. I think Luke Fink, Chelsea Denofa are wild. Driftmasters, Dean, Peter FD. Mike Power. Driftmasters, Dean or Peter, FD, Mike Power. Oh, okay, yeah. And Dean, okay. D-Mac Peter, FD Taguchi. Oh, that's an interesting take. And Best James. Could be Knick-Knack in the future. If you want to guys see it, Tikon is hella aggressive. Yeah, Tikon's ridiculous, man. Tikon's an animal. He's an animal. Guys like animal style, they're very entertaining to watch. Dean Shanahan. That's my favorite, yeah. Frederick, Jack Shannon, or Peter, and I don't know. Love to see visit a stream again. What's up, Keith? How you doing, my man? Tiki's my favorite driver, no cap. Tikon. What's up, Tikon? How you doing, man? No one in Twitch want to state their opinion, huh? Who do you think is the best drivers? Oh, for fuck's sake, dirt drop. Nice. Georgie Chiv Chan is one of the best. The stock looking S15 banging doors. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. And we did the SR in that car too. It was like rad. It was pretty cool. FD, Peter, DMEC, Dean, and Shanahan. Dean, DMEC, FD, Forrest, Wang, and James Dean, best in the world. Dean. Deanie. You're doing bad. Brandon, I know Brandon's mod. Brandon, you noticing that a lot of those chats that people are putting up are being like restricted. Pretty annoying, man. S chassis sucks ass. Yeah, it's not the. It's probably the easiest car, but like I drove the 370Z Ticon, and the 370Z is pretty easy to drive, but it's like too easy. Does that make sense? Like it was. Yeah, I felt like the S15 you could get more, or the S chassis you could get more out of it for setup wise. In that like car would, if you wanted the car to be extremely hard to drive, you can make it hard to drive. If you wanted the car super easy, you could do that too. Whereas the Z or the Z, it was just easy to drive all the time. You had very little adjustments to try and make it better, and it was very dependent on how much angle you carry. Like chase position, it was amazing, but lead position, it used to be very hit and miss with carrying angle and stuff. Trying to restrict the messages. Like the restricted messages, I don't know why. I've tried to fix that. It's pretty nice. I don't really care what people say. If people want to curse and shit, I don't give a shit. I'll just put in the non-racist words that will block the race. Might stay. S15 looks really stock compared to the other car, to be honest. Ferrari, yeah, Ferrari is pretty nuts, Brandon. You've been happy with it, haven't you? GTR is crazy grip, you just don't have that forward jump. But yeah, the GTR, when I drove the public GTR, it was very good at maintaining momentum. And actually the 370Z was like that too. Like if you got your momentum going, it was very easy to keep it going. But just trying to pick up on that speed was difficult. Whereas the S chassis, carrying momentum is a little bit harder on the S chassis, but it does pick up a little bit better. So to be honest with you, I just picked the S chassis just because of like safest option. Because I couldn't get the Z to handle the way I wanted to on angle in the lead position. So we actually took a leaf out of the 370Z and tried to set up the S15 to be kind of like it. Pretty happy with my lead runs now, chat. I don't really know what more I can do. Can you handle nervousness during comp and focus? Generally, I'm quite good at handling with nerves. It's my first competition in a while, so we'll see what it's like in 30 minutes or so. I signed up with the S15, Ticon. I did try the 370Z. We were going to run it, but I tried everything to try and make it drive like the S chassis. Just couldn't. I got it to a point where the car was quite good in a certain area, like in that, let's say stirrup. like stirrup, it would be very good as long as you don't handbrake or have to left foot brake a lot. And just carry your momentum through transitions. Like, you know, you go the long wall from stirrup and you transition through the bump to the next wall. Like, I could maintain exactly the same speed all the way through there when I looked at the speedo. Whereas the S chassis struggles to do that. Like, other cars kind of struggle to do that. And that was the only advantage that the Z had. That and chasing. But if you try to do with the Z, try to go like, you know, if you go on Mondello and you go into the last hairpin in Mondello and you try to like pitch it onto almost like 90 degrees, the front of the car will just wash every single time on the front. And I made it better. I did some changes to it, with tire size and all of this, but I felt like you would never get it right. Whereas I think with the S chassis, it's just a safer option. Did you try anything with the Skyline in the end? Or are you just running an S14 again? Marcius for the follow. Appreciate that, man. What's up? Welcome to the channel. Oh, for fuck's sake. Tapping walls. People close to changing the car, yeah. Well, like, my phone literally gonna die. It's 18% back. Is your 23 VDC car any different from last year other than data, or is it, model-wise it's staying the same? So up until maybe like 24 hours before the submission, we were running the 370Z, and then we just made the last-minute decision just to run the S15, just because that it was just a safer option. I do want to run the 370Z in the future. I want to work on it with Chris to see if we can make it better. But he did a few changes to it with the KPI and all that, and made it a bit more drivable, but we just couldn't get it to work. But yeah, in terms of visually, it's the same model. There's no changes there. Just a slightly different livery because of partners and just changes to the livery that we're making. And that's about it. And data-wise, there's not much change from the public cars because we're not allowed to change data anymore. The only changes we can make are tire size and weight distribution and motor, engine and gearbox and differential. We're very restricted now. It's almost like a one-make series. If you pick an S15, the chances that you have the same car as someone else is quite likely. S14. I think the S14 has always been a little bit quicker than the S15 though. No, Pontus, we can like change everything. The only things we can't change are the exact gear ratios for the gearbox we selected. So like we have obviously different gearboxes we can pick. So gearbox, gearbox. The only engines we can use are the engines that are provided, which it's kind of open. And there's a few data stuff you can change. There's a few bits and pieces you can change. That's about it. You can change the weight distribution. You can change like your collider, obviously. You can change like your fuel tank or whatever. S15 was always better, no cap. Nah, S14 was always better, Ticon. You know. Like I was contemplating like if I drove the Z pretty early on, and I thought it was going to be really worse than what it was, which ended up being better than what I thought it was going to be. But anyway, I was going to build an S14.9 just for the nurses. Just to get the nurses of the S14, I was going to build it as an S15, like an S14.9, like James's car or something. I was like, that'd be the most ultimate, like, the most ultimate, what's the word, like, gray area or whatever. time is it? What group are we in? F, is it? God, I always fucking forget. Have they not finished that? Off 48. It doesn't, donkey. It's the same car. The S14 and the S15 in the real world are exactly the same. Same wheelbase, same suspension. The difference between S14 and S15 is that the S15 is technically structurally like more rigid, I suppose. So that's the only advantage that the S15 has really over the S14. Maybe body length. Body length might be different, but that's about it. Like this 14's more. Yeah, no, I think this 14 like feels just a little bit more planted, but I mean, obviously makes fuck all difference because like I've still managed to win in events with it and still managed to beat Ticon, and Ticon's obviously beaten me many times as well with S14. So it's like hit and miss, to be honest. I think unless you're searching for like that last like 0.1%, which to be honest, Ticon and I probably are, that's when it makes the biggest difference. But it's not like as if it's a big enough difference that one person's winning more than the other. I would say though that the battles between Ticon and I are not always the most like how would you say it, Ticon? Like the like there's always a mistake that happens, and I don't know if that's because one of us is making more mistakes than the other or something. I don't know, but last thing or anything. Yeah, and like that's not always a good thing, right? Like, I mean, you probably would agree with that. It's always the most frustrating part because, like, I mean, if you like, there's been times we've had sick battles before where like could have gone either way, and it's like it's only a small little mistake or something. You're like, ah, oh, fuck's sake, that's annoying. But there's been times where you've just absolutely like annihilated me, and I'm like, there's nothing I could do about it. Oh my god, how did I not die? What the hell? Oh, you chat, can't see it. 1 second. Think you're gonna see some real upsets this season? Yeah, it's gonna be different this year. Like everyone, you know, I mean, not like there was that in the past. Like I wouldn't say that the car that I had in the past was so OP. Not that Ticon's car was OP either, because there's been times where, like Ticon's and I's car, even though they were S14 and S15, well, there was the time we were both driving S14s. They were literally the same fucking thing, and there was very little difference between them. And there was other people driving S14s too that were, you know, I just think that the cars that we've picked over the years haven't really determined whether we won a championship or not. And I'm hoping that this year, for the sake of me being able to win events and stuff, won't change, because obviously if there's now more people that I have to worry about, or like I have to battle as hard as like Ticon or the Alexanders or Reese or whoever, Zach and stuff, then it's going to be way harder. But obviously for the purpose of competition, that's a good thing if everyone is having to push harder too. So I can see both sides of it, but I would prefer it to be a little bit easier for me. Oh. Yeah, DCGP round 1 is tonight. It's currently on right now if you want to check it out. There's a pinned message at the top of the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat if you guys want to check out their stream. And we'll be going shortly. I think will be the current group that's on right now will be on after that. So be first time streaming my point of view in a drift competition, I'd say like 4 years. Last time I did it was 2018, I think. I know my frame rates were horrendous because there was so many people in the server and it was VDC and my computer was shit. And then VDC kind of banned, I wouldn't say banned, but they restrict people from doing it. They don't want people to stream. They don't want to stream people. They don't want people streaming the event from other perspectives because it takes, excuse me, viewership from, yeah. Camera re, I know, right? Savage Bulldog with the YouTube sub, appreciate that. Round 900 degrees, yeah, 900 degrees. Like if I go really big angle, the car just like floats away from the inside. Uh, 900 degrees. What I run. Oh. DCGP has already started. If you want to check out the stream, look at the pinned message top of Twitch or YouTube. And you get to watch the battles right now. I'll be driving in approximately like 15 minutes time. My top 32 battle. Yeah, they're on F at the moment. I'm in Group G. I'm like third battle, I suppose. Enemy are Cameron Mustard and Vidas, Joachim Haug and Adam Zaleski. Myself and Marcel and Ernestas and Jaden. Jaden's been probably practicing. What car are you using? Is it public? This is the DCGP S15. These are all public cars. We're forced to run these cars in competition. So yeah, these cars are public. I'm starting to get hungry, man. Do I know Dylan Garvey? Yes, I know Dylan very well. Cameron. I don't know who this Nathan guy is. This Nathan guy, can he stop like hogging the chase lane, man? I don't even think he's driving, and he's like just kind of raging me a little bit. But you get that cam and car, you have to go to display settings. So you go to the app on the far right, and there's a thing called display settings. Use your position it to the roof. Oh. I don't know what they're on. Christopher Pina, Lucas Pasquini. I don't know. I don't know where that is stacks up. I have to check. I just don't get the engine in these cars. Sometimes it's out of like lag range or whatever, out of boost range, and then other times they're like so far in it you just blow the tires off. Maybe it's the car sound. I probably need to change the car sound. I think that's probably what's throwing me off. Car sound is so like monotone, really difficult to determine if it's like, you know, if it's in boost or not. No. It's when you're driving. You have to be driving a game. You go to display things, onboard. Sorry, it's onboard settings. It's this app right here. Is that the last? I think chat. We might be going into the. Oh. Yes, it is. Okay, I'm gonna drop here. The chat. We're getting ready to fucking rumble. Right, we'll just have to run the setup. Seems to be. I'm happy with my lead runs, kinda, and the chase thing will be fine. problem with the chase though is that you have to be very like gonna have to like be precise. Last battle in the group, Carstone is bad. Yeah, it's bad. Good luck, Trevor. Thank you, Alexander. Thank you, P-Dubs. The title of the stream hurts my head. What's up, Zach? Yeah, that's the purpose of the title, right? Was just to like say trigger people, be different, right? They haven't asked us to join a group yet, chat, so we'll have a couple of minutes there to chill out, I suppose, and wait. So, chat, if you're wondering what we're doing, we are competing in DCGP tonight. If you want to check out the DCGP live stream for round 1 here at Montreal, check out the pinned comments at the top of the chat. We are using the DCGP S15. We're currently heading into a top 32 battle in the next, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. And I'll be using the HynesZ setup for this event. If you want to check out my car setups that I sell online for drift cars, check out HynesZ.com. We have them up there for a bunch of VDC, DCGP, and Sujigiri mods. So if that's something you'd like to have, make sure to check it out. It'd be great to have that support. Yeah, so chat, stay around. Make sure to check out the other stream as well, the DCGP live stream. Shout out to those guys as well for allowing me to stream my own perspective. We'll see how this battle goes. If it ends up going in our direction, we'll continue streaming. If it doesn't, we'll probably stay on for a little bit longer afterwards. We'll review our battle, and we'll probably call it quits there. I'm feeling confident. I want to go to the top. I'll be honest with you. So we'll see how this goes. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, man, let's have some fun. Don't let her rip too much angles. Sometimes carrying lots of angles is good. Using reflection of the door, 200 IQ. That's not a bad idea, Chrome. Only that I had a bit of Chrome in my cars. Matthew, how do we be able to join these events? Make sure to join and follow DCGP. Oh, it's gone one more time. That battle's gone one more time. If you follow DCGP on Facebook and you join their Discord, you can keep up to date whenever they have a competition coming up. Their dates are, the next competition is like the 11th of January, I believe. So I would recommend keeping an eye out for that. When they release the track for that event, that's when you need to keep eyes open, because those slots will go quick. There's about 150-ish slots, and they get picked up pretty quick. Fake Alan Hines. Thank you, Danny. What's up, man? Alan, check your Facebook. What's up, Reese? Where's my phone gone? Oh, dude. Zoomed in to full. Why would... Good. Reese, I should be okay, man. Appreciate it though. Yeah, I'll just chance this and see how we go. If I struggle, like, I have the stream on my phone, as you can probably see. Automatically recommending my resolution before 480. I have a stream on my phone, which I've done obviously before in the past, so I should be okay. Because the problem is I have to set up Discord and stuff like that. No, fuck off. This is blurred from the public server. Used to say that about. This is blurred from public server. Oh, okay. Yeah. I see. I get you. How'd you do in quality? We qualified 10th. We got Wait. Oh, I'm joining now. We qualified 10th with an 93. Could have done a bit better, to be honest. I struggled with the initiation, and I kind of upset my clip 1, and I think after the rest of the run was pretty good. It was okay for the most part, but it was just that initiation that caught me out. So if I had solved that, like if I gotten that right from the start, I think I would have been better off. Right, chat, we're in the competition server right now. I probably won't chat much until well, I'll probably chat a little bit. I won't re-chat so much. So give this a try and see how we do. I don't know, am I allowed to practice? Are we allowed to practice? I assume we are. It's been a while. Oh, for fuck's sake, dude, I have to take someone out on the, like, 1 or 2 practice laps that we have. Not very smart. We'll do a lead run here, see what the track conditions are like. This is what I should really be prioritizing, is a lead run. Track feels a little bit different. Anyway, that's all we can do. Back to pits we go. Alright. Cameron and Vidas. These S13 seem to be pretty good. I might, if I do another one of these, I might have to use the S13. We'll see. So this is Cameron, who qualified second.
Oh, what? What? Did I just see?
Reese with a tier 1. Thank you, Reese. Much longer till you go. So this battle, I think there's a battle against Joachim and Adam Zaleski, and then it's me. So this battle, another one, and then me. Nourish can be later. Right. Right, so Cameron to chase now. I don't know what, I haven't done any second run back to back. Well, I have done last night and yesterday. I haven't really done much today. So... oh, Cameron so far looking a bit better than Vidas. I think Cameron has that. Yeah, I think he quite easily has that one. Thanks for streaming. Yeah, well, like, I mean, usually I stream on a Wednesday. And we had plans to do, you know, the qualifying of runs and stuff. Which I wanted to do because I think it'd be a fun stream. But we might push that back. I might do something else next Wednesday. We'll see. I'll let you guys know next day or two. I have to get some people involved, potentially. I have a few ideas that I want to do. But I'm lucky that the guys at DCGP, like Matty and Mackie and those guys, wanted to let me stream. What's up, Martin? Loaded. What's up, Martin? Hope you had a good stream, by the way, man. We're competing in DCGP, dude. I'm about to drive in the next, like, fucking, like, 5 or 10 minutes, maybe a little bit less. Oops. About to drive in the next few minutes. Hope you got a good stream, Martin. Right, we got Adam Zaleski, Driftmaster's driver, versus Joachim Haug. Looks to Adam carries really good momentum. Not a bad chase from Joachim, to be honest. Like, Adam's lead was pretty clean. He made no real bad mistakes. He was online. He was carrying the angle in the right places. It was probably like a 90-point run. And then Jokum, he was thereabouts. I mean, he wasn't like glued to Adam only until the last corner. Like, he had a consistent chase on him. Right. What's going to happen now? Adam's going to chase in. We're after this, by the way, chat. We're after this battle. Oh, Adam's hanging far back, man. Look at this guy. Oh! Fuck me, Adam. That was aggressive. That was just asking for trouble. Oh! Adam! Like, Adam has the aggression, chat, but he's making a few mistakes in chase position. Jokum's not really making any mistakes at all. Like, lead for lead right now? Oh, okay, Adam's just knocked it. I think Adam has just lost it. I think Adam has just lost it. I don't think he can recover from that. Okay, chat, here we go. One last time, I'm going to load my setup just as like a caution. Oh, it looks like the DCGP lights aren't working. And how do I pin this? Okay, here we go. Uh-huh. Oh, was he gonna be chat? Yeah, he was there with us. I don't think I'll get to see the initiation. Last corner, he looked pretty solid too. Yeah, it was a good chase by him, man. The initiation here. Yeah, he did a good initiation behind us too. We're gonna have to push hard. Oh, he jumped. Alright, dirt drop. I think he might win this one, to be honest, chat. His D-cells are very like late and abrupt, which kind of caught me out a little bit, but I also dirt dropped on the outside zone after the inner clip, so I think he might get it. It's kind of difficult. I feel like it's tricky to like chase. Like, I prefer to chase first, to be honest with you. But yeah, I was expecting him to be a little bit slower in the lead position just because of the tire wear being really abrupt, like really aggressive. I think he might get that. The slowdowns were a little hard. I was able to adapt to it pretty well. I do think my lead was a little bit better than his. Less abrupt, but I don't think I did enough to get it there. Was it inside for the last corner too? Probably wasn't as close. Yeah, he got a little bit of a chase. So yeah, he gets the win. Ah man, chat, that's unfortunate. I would have liked to go a bit further there. I don't think he gave me as nice of a lead, if I'm honest, because the decels were very abrupt. But then I did drop a wheel, so that's the end of that. Like, I felt like if his initiation wasn't as abrupt, I probably wouldn't have had to slow down as much. And then because of having to lock the brakes, I had to like fall back a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's probably why I kind of dirt dropped a little bit. But I mean, there's nothing I can do there. I should have just taken it a bit easier into the chase run. You get North watching comps. Best pro drift for DCGP, no cap. Yeah, exactly, Ticon. Let's watch back the replay. That's a bit disappointing, chat, not gonna lie. Would have liked to go a bit further there. But I do think he had a really solid chase. He had a really solid chase of me. I gave him a really good lead. I felt like that he's I do think he's I do think his leads were very aggressively, like he went through the zone and then he stopped at the very end of the zone. It wasn't very progressive slowing, it was very sharp. Yeah, I just dirt dropped there, backing off. I don't think his lead was as nice as mine though. Like, you could watch him going in. So he's pretty good here, nice and wide here. And he was like coming into the corner too soon. So like at the end of the day, I accept the call. Like, I obviously definitely lost. I dirt dropped, and he even slightly dirt dropped too, just not as bad. And then you come through here, you transition. I'm pretty aggressive. You could tell he's not going to make the outside zone, and then he just stabs on the brakes. The car falls back into the zone. So like, he decided to decel at the end of the zone, which caught me out a little bit. Which I think was kind of hard for me to adapt to. But through here, he's pretty quick through here. I give him space for the transition. I could have been a bit more aggressive here. And then I went far inside and I kind of messed myself up in the last corner. What's my lead run? My lead run. How do I go change car? Here we go. Oh man, that was sketchy by him. How did he get away with that? I think up until this point I had the chase run won if I hadn't dirt dropped. I was like even a little bit better here chasing. Okay, he was better here chasing for sure, like even on this last corner. Yeah, so I can understand why he got that, to be honest. I just don't feel like his lead was as clean as mine though. That's the problem with lead runs though. Like, it's like, you know, let's watch this. He jumped the start, which is not a problem. I don't really care about that. But his lead run was as close enough to mine. It's just, I just don't feel it was as chaseable. He does dirt drop there. Obviously didn't spot that, which is fine. He was not going to make the zone, so he did. That was not the nicest of the chase, but like, I do think he had overall he had a better like better chase run in sense that he didn't dirt drop and I did, and that's the biggest difference. Alright, not too bad for my first comp back in DCGP. Would have liked to have done a bit better there. If that actually, I felt like if that went one more time, okay, hypothetically speaking, if I didn't dirt drop, that was probably going to go one more time. Even though I do feel like my chase run, despite the dirt drop, which I mean, you can't really like say, oh well, if this didn't happen, it should have been one more time, because like, you know, that's like saying that if you that's like saying that, you know, oh, I don't know, it's like some analogy there. Could have gone OMT, honestly. Yeah, but you see, the dirt drop was the biggest thing there. Like, I dirt dropped a lot worse than him. I don't think they spotted his dirt drop. You have to remember as well, chat, they're using this camera to judge. I'm pretty sure that that's the camera they're using. But if we go back to here, so let's watch back this. Right, F5 cam, shall we? So let's see how bad does he drop versus me. Comes through. I mean, enough for make the car squat, but you could argue he's still on the tarmac, technically speaking, right? Because he technically is, even though the grass is throwing. But look where my wheel is. Can you see that, chat? Oh, you can barely. Excuse me. See where my wheel is? My wheel is definitely in the dirt. And if we go back a little bit more, yeah, look, I definitely go a bit further in there. Transition seems to be okay. I kind of wish the AC. So one thing you should know as well, chat, right? So like anyone who does this in the future wants to look back their runs or anything like that. Looking at the speedometer. So if we open up the AC gears, this is the one. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. I'm starting to sweat, chat. I need to go for a shower after this. So if we go back, I'm gonna go. So this is his pedal input, I assume, or is it mine? My pedal input or his? I'm not really sure. He's in fourth gear as well, or is that my speed? He's in fourth on the handbrake. Well, see, this is the thing. Like, this guy may not be full brakes right here. Marcel might not be full brakes right now. Like, AC is bugged in that sense when you watch back the replay, in that, like, when you watch back the replay, he may not be full brakes. Whereas if you go back to my car, I'm not full brakes. You see, I'm like 99% the way there. His car, he is full brakes, but that doesn't mean he is. He could be like 3/4 brakes. He could be 50% brakes. But AC will always show full brakes for the person who's the other people other than your own replay. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, I get the call. I understand it. Like, the dirt drop is the biggest difference there. Like, I do think his chase wasn't as nice, but I did dirt drop in the places where he didn't decel in the nice places. You get me? So there's not a hope should it be a one more time ever. But I just wanted to comment on that. I did feel a bit difficult to chase in places, but that's fine. Like, he did dirt drop there. I wouldn't consider that a dirt drop because in theory he's still technically on the surface. It's just AC physics was just picking that up as a dirt drop. I don't think they spotted that anyway. And then I do think his outside zone there wasn't the nicest to chase, but again, he didn't dirt drop. I did. He does better here as well. In the chase position. Yeah, I think it's a fair call. I can understand it. If it went one more time, I think it would have been fine too, but I did dirt drop. Focus on him, so it's his inputs, and the speed is like 10 to 15 kilometers too low. Spectate. Oh, is that what the difference is? Oh, that's fair enough. But yeah, first comp and DCGP in a long time. I'm pretty happy about that. I think if I was to do it again, I'd have to spend more time practicing. Levels just high. Okay, we might meet up with Reese. Reese is on with driving the S15. So chat, we might show you the S15s. So good stuff, Marcel. I don't know if you were watching. I don't know if you were in chat earlier or if you're watching or but good job, well done. And hopefully, maybe we might battle again in the future. So that okay. That's DCGP done, chat. Let's have a look at our S15s. Maybe Reese in the server? No, but we might just join the server. Chat, we'll stay on for a little bit longer. We've gone over 2 hours, nearly 2.5 hours. Usually by now, I usually end the stream. But I think we'll go on a little bit longer tonight. I'm going to show you guys our S15 for VDC next season. Yeah, he only had one dirt drop, Simon. But like, I would agree with the judges. Like, they probably, first of all, the judges probably didn't see it, and that's fine. I can understand that. It's only when I slowed it down that I seen it. But that dirt drop wasn't horrendous. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that bad because, like, you could argue, I don't know what the rules are, but my car physically dirt dropped into the dirt. His car, like, was on the right edge of it. So it's a gray area. Like, the only way they could solve that is by making it clearly defined, like, this line is dirt, this line is tarmac or whatever. But like, that's just going too particular about it. But I think if it was lead for lead, I think my lead was more chaseable, but they were so close enough that they probably judged them as the same. That makes sense. It was the chase runs that made a difference, and I had a little dirt drop like chasing, which was a pretty big mistake. Like, you shouldn't be dirt dropping in the chase position, generally speaking. So yeah, that was a bit of a pity, but oh well. Anyway, so this is our S15. Reese, are you there in chat? You're so sad. Jaden, what happened to you, Jaden? Did you get knocked out as well? Oh, you forgot to delete the AI folder. Man, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I had to make sure I had to delete that as well earlier because, yeah, that was going to catch me out as well. I'm sorry to hear that, Jaden. That's an unfortunate way to get knocked out. Your lead was significantly better. Maybe. I mean, I would agree. If it went one more time, I would have accepted that. Like, I completely understand why they gave it to him, and I like just based off the information of what they saw live at that time, which was from the third-person camera. I dirt dropped. He didn't. The dirt drop is probably like a 5-point deduction, and his lead wasn't 5 points less than my lead. Does that make sense? So I can understand that call. I do think though, if they saw his dirt drop, or if his dirt drop was a little bit worse, it probably would have gone my way. But if they went one more time, that would have been fair. Like, there's many ways you could look at it. I do feel like if the lead run was more obvious of what he was doing, I do think I had the harder chase run to do. But like, I think on that track I would have preferred to chase first anyway. I think I would have way preferred to chase first. Anyway, chat, we might talk about it a little bit later. Right, anyway, this is the S15. I don't, is Reese in right now? Wait, chat to Reese. Reese, are you there? Buddy, you there? Reese, hello? Reese! Where's my phone? Well, yeah, this is the S15 for next season. We were building a 370Z. We just, last bit of decision, we decided to pull the plug on it because it just, yeah, it just wasn't, it's just not, it wasn't the nicest. Who the hell is this? Yeah, that's fake. Okay, so chat. Yeah, so this is 15. We might do a few runs with this before we log off. I want to see. Reese, are you there, man? I think Reese probably gone for food or something like that. Okay, follows. Lamb with the follow. What's up, Chris? Thank you for the follow. Dozaki with the follow. And number one, what's that? SPXN? Yeah. For the follow. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you for the follows. Welcome to the channel. If you haven't already, make sure to follow us on the YouTube, follow us on the Facebooks. If anyone uses Facebook anymore, I'm still a fucking boomer, so I still do, of course. What else is there? And Twitch, and TikTok, and Instagram. HynesZ, HynesZ. That's where we are. Follow us, please. Appreciate the support, chat. Also, chat, if you're wondering, you can pick up car setups on HynesZ.com. I sell car setups for Assetto Corsa. Yeah, we've had some pretty good reviews. I use them on the VDC public servers. I use the DCGP setup that I made on that competition that you saw there, which scored 93 point run in qualifying, and unfortunately we just lost out there due to driver error. And also we have YouTube memberships, which if you guys would like to get your name on the side of my real life Pro S14, yeah, signing up there will get your name on the side of the car. So that's one way to support the real life drift program if you guys would like to do that. It's up early, of course. Boomer hours, yes. Facebook, man. You're going to drift on BeamNG again soon? Yes, Matthew. I've been actually tweaking my Simucube to suit it. I have a few ideas, and I have a lot of ideas of video content I want to create. The problem is that over Christmas I have a bit more time. So after tonight, I've one vlog I want to finish off, which I've nearly finished. Just need to do an outro for it, render that up, get that uploaded for tomorrow. And then I have the setup video script completed, chat. So expect that in the next, hopefully, week or so. That could take a bit of time because I have the script done, so that'll take me tonight just to record. But I just need to record all the footage and everything to fill in between. What else have I got to do? I want to do a BeamNG video. I want to do a BeamNG multiplayer video with the boys. I want to do a bunch of stuff. I have a lot of stuff planned. But unfortunately I'm heading to Oman, which really restricts the amount of time that I have. So I don't know, I have a lot of ideas, but I just probably don't have the time. So by the time a BeamNG video will come out, it'll probably be on 0.28 update, unless I could find time over Christmas to get it recorded. But then by the time I get it done, it might be too late. Right, Reese is in the server. Reese, where are you, bud? You want to join the server? Yeah, we'll join the server anyway. And what are we... Oh, here he is. Kind of F7. So, and fuck. And this is Reese's car for 2023. So we decided to change Reese's car up a little bit. We've gone with a blue pinstripe on the splitter canards, or on the splitters. So it's easy to tell the difference between the two cars now. Now the only difference is not because of the number of sponsors on the car. Excuse me, but it's also the color of the pinstriping. So Reese is blue, like a baby blue, and I'm the green, so it's easier to tell the difference. And I actually think the blue looks quite good. We were considering white as well as another color. And obviously Reese has Simucube, and he's representing 3D Rap as well this year, so congrats to him on that. That's Reese's car, man. Looks pretty good, chat, huh? Put a negative camera in the back of his car is ridiculous. So yeah, that's what you'll see in VDC this season. I'll be doing as much of the season as I can. Reese will be doing all the events. He's also on the Simucube 2 Pro wheelbase as well. So yeah, Reese is big time, no chat. He's big time. Right. Aaron with the YouTube sub. Welcome, Aaron. Thank you for that, man. For some reason you're not popping up a screen. Oh, it is. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Does Reese want to chat? Doesn't want to chat. Fair enough, Reese. Thank you for not wanting to chat to me, Reese. Okay, we'll do. Reese even there? He's probably not even there. Man, this car feels so different. Oh, why is it back like that? Turn on my apps again. Oh, he's gonna make a drink. Okay. Alright, here we go. Oh, dude, this thing snaps so hard. Dude, this car drives so differently to DCGP cars. It's actually catching me out right now. You get so much more information from these cars in the DCGP. $69 likes. We're up to 70 now, are we? Oh, sad. What happened to the Z's? What happened to the Z's? Combination of things. One, I wasn't really happy with how it's driving. And two, we just kind of ran out of time to get it finished off. We had to make a decision quite late on what to do. Dude, the blue pinstriping looks fire on his car. Oh shit. I remember I set the force back this to 92. There we go. Oh. He's bad FPS. Why does he have bad FPS? Man, these things are way faster than last season. Holy shit. Alright, we'll do a few more runs. We'll call it quits, chat. I'm fucking sweating. I need to cool off. I need a shower. But yeah, these are our VDC cars for next year. I hope you guys like them. I know it's not much different. We've run these cars for 3 years now. So, we would have been nice to change it up to the 370, but we just couldn't get it dialed in and we couldn't get it ready in time. Dude, it's kind of whipped a bit harder. I'll have to tune that out a bit. Chase run. That was sick. You sequential? No, I'm a H pattern. I was sequential before and I changed it to H pattern. The reason why I changed the H pattern is one, the real car, my real S14 Pro car, is a 4-speed dog box from a NASCAR. Well, mostly a NASCAR. Basically a NASCAR gearbox. And so that's a 4-speed, it's a H pattern. So I decided to use that. And I also think H pattern is you have a bit more options with it in terms of like gearing and stuff. What I mean is like you can remap it so that, let's say if you want 4th gear to be 1st gear, you can. Does that make sense? So it just gives me a few extra options if I need it. But I need to make a few upgrades. Like I wouldn't mind a nicer sequential to have. Wouldn't mind a nicer H pattern to have. I wouldn't mind a better handbrake. My handbrake is pretty good, but it's just old. Not very realistic. Oh, I'm gonna kill Reese. I knew it. Casper with the follow. What's up, Casper? Nadubs with the follow as well. Are you using any extra options? Yeah, mostly all of the CSP extra stuff I have on, except for FB tweaks. I don't have FB tweaks turned on. I have that turned off. But really. Right, we'll do more run with Reese. There's a fire initiation. Absolutely fire, man. My sound extensions isn't working, which is nice. Maybe I never added it to this car. Oh shit. Sure. Using spacebar? Not ideal. Oh my god, Reese just sent it. Okay, chat, I think we're going to call it there. I want to thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you for joining me on stream. Obviously, we didn't get the result that we would have liked. But shit like that happens. We'll be back again hopefully next week. Not sure what we're going to do just yet. I'll have a think about it. I'll have a chat with some people. I have a few ideas of stuff I would like to do. We'll see if we can make that happen though. But anyway, for myself and Reese, who unfortunately never joined me in voice chat, thank you very much, Reese. Appreciate that, buddy. But this is Reese's car. You'll see this a lot more throughout the season. And this is the S15s. Unfortunately, we never really got to change them up this season, but that's due to lack of time. Anyway, Thank you so much for joining us, chat. Thank you for joining me on the DCGP journey. But we'll be back again next week for another stream. All right. Cheers. Good night. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy Christmas. Hopefully Santa Claus comes to you, gives you all the nice, wonderful presents. And I'm looking forward to get my Kinder chocolate, man. Alana got me Kinder for Christmas, and I can't wait to eat it. So that's what I'm going to be doing.